the resolution, the 1991 resolution that the NAACP passed back in 1991. There's a few. Well, in case you haven't, I have a copy. And I usually will read this everywhere I go, even if people have heard it, just to remind them what we're dealing with. It reads as such. Approved. Whereas the tyrannical evil symbolized in the Confederate battle flag is an inherent importance to all Americans and decent people of this country, and indeed the world, and is an odious blight upon the universe. And whereas African Americans had no voice, no consultation, no concurrence, no commonality, not in the fact nor in the philosophy, in the vile conception of the Confederate battle flag or state flag containing the ugly symbol of idiotic white supremacy, racism, and denigration. And whereas we adamantly reject the notion that African Americans should accept this flag for any stretch of imagination or prove their presence on the state flags. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the national office of the NAACP and all units commit their legal resources to the removal of the Confederate flag from all public properties. Yeah, bunch of trash. But,
Boo, yes.
exactly, boo hiss. But unfortunately, it has worked for them. How many in here would have thought 30 years ago that we would have at least a half a dozen or more litigation cases throughout the South to keep a monument in place? 30 years ago, we was worried about our flags. Now we're worried about 37-ton monuments, whether or not they're going to get moved. Like the one in Shreveport where Lynn and I live, the Caddo Parish Monument. 37-ton monument, and they voted to move it. And, you know, we hear about these all over the place. So how did we get to this point? Unfortunately, we as a people, not necessarily as an organization, but as a people, we have allowed this to happen. And of course, some of you might say, oh, no, we didn't. I've done everything I can to keep it from happening. Well, like I said, you look at my bio and all these positions that I have served in, I have seen in every position where we have dropped, we dropped it. We didn't stand up when we should have. We weren't there and visible when we should have been. I could speak for the next 3 hours of different situations, events where we should have been and we were not. But I would like to mention just a couple. In 2000, actually 1998 to 2000, I was division commander, Louisiana division commander. And we had a ball that was going to do in Minden, Louisiana, which is just east of Shreveport. We had the Civic Center there, and it was right on Highway 80. And we had put up a flag on their flagpole, and we were told that we rented the building but not the flagpole. So we had to take that flag down. So the reason I'm telling this story is because I was talking to a group SUV UDC members a few years after this, and I was relating the story as a challenge. But since we had to take the flag down, one of our members there had a truck with kind of this ladder with a cherry picking bucket in it. So he went and got that truck. We backed it up, which was right up next to Highway 80. He backed that truck up. We put about a flag on that bucket and raised it 40 feet in the air over Highway 80.
Woo woo.